Assalamualaikum and hi to all my audience. Our group will present about topic 8 environmental and economic impact for title understanding the electrical power system in Malaysia and beyond. Our group from group 18. Before that, I will introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Jaafar. My matrix number B142310258. Our group has 3 presenters. Okay, go to the next slide. Introduction. Electricity plays a crucial role in powering our homes, industry and public services. In Malaysia, the power system is largely driven by fossil fuels like coal and natural gas, but there is a growing shift toward renewable sources such as solar and hydropower. As we depend more on electricity, it's important to understand how its production and use affect the environment and the economy. This presentation will highlight the benefits and challenges of the current energy system, both locally and compared to global practices, and explore what Malaysia can do to build a more sustainable and balanced power future. Environmental impacts in Malaysia. Go to the positive impacts has 3 points. First point, hydropower and solar energy generate electricity without releasing harmful gases into the air, making them much cleaner alternative to coal or gas. Second point, the Malaysian government supports the growth of clean energy through initiatives like the large-scale solar LSS program, which encourages the use of solar farms across the country. Third point, by using renewable energy sources, Malaysia can reduce its reliance on fossil fuels, helping to conserve natural resources and protect the environment from mining and extraction activities. Go to the negative impacts. Has 3 points. Go to the first point. Power plants that run on coal and natural gas release large amount of carbon dioxide, which adds to global warming and climate change. Second point, the burning of fossil fuels also produces harmful pollutants like sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides, which can damage the environment and cause serious health problems. Third point, in some cases, building solar farms and hydroelectric dams has led to deforestation and disrupted natural habitats, affecting wildlife and local ecosystem. Next slide about environmental impacts for global comparison between Malaysia and Germany. Go to the positive impacts. Firstly, go to the German country. Has 2 points. Firstly, Germany has made strong progress in reducing its carbon emission by relying more on wind, solar and biomass energy. Second point, the country's environmental success is supported by strict policies that encourage sustainability, innovation and the transition to clean energy. Go to the Malaysian country. Firstly, Malaysia is taking steps to expand its use of solar energy and has made a commitment to lower its carbon intensity over the coming years. These efforts show the country's willingness to shift toward greener and more sustainable energy solutions. Go to the negative impacts. Firstly, go to the German country. First point, while wind energy is clean, some wind farms have effective bird migration patterns and need less amount of land. Second point, Germany also faces challenges in managing the fluctuating energy supply from renewables, which require advanced and expensive grid technology. Go to the Malaysian country. First point, Malaysia still depends heavily on fossil fuels for more than 70% of its electricity, which lead to high levels of greenhouse gas emission. Second point, in some cases, renewable energy projects like large solar farms or hydroelectric dams has harmed forests, rivers and wildlife habitats.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm the next presenter, Muhammad Izwan Shah bin Adnan. In this slide, we will look at the economic impacts of energy sources in Malaysia. Starting with the positive impacts, power generation plays a key role in supporting both our industries and households, which in turn fuels economic growth. In recent years, there are also been a rise in investment in renewable energy, such as solar farms. These projects don't just support sustainability, they also create a new job opportunities. Additionally, government subsidies help keep electricity prices stable and affordable for everyday consumers. However, there are also some challenges, which is the negative impacts. Malaysia heavy dependence on imported coal and gas makes our economy vulnerable to global price fluctuations. Plus, maintaining fossil fuel plants, many of which are aging, leads to increasing a long-term cost. Lastly, which subsidies are meant to help the public. Subsidizing fossil fuels also put a strain on the national budget, can delay the transition to cleaner energy alternative. In this slide, we will compare the economic impacts of renewable energy between Germany and Malaysia. Let's start with Germany first. Through its Energiewende policy, which means energy transition, Germany has created a large clean energy job market. Over time, the cost of wind and solar technologies has dropped, leading to a long-term saving. The country focus on energy efficiency has also helped reduce overall national energy expenses. Now looking at Malaysia, we are seeing encouraging growth in the renewable energy sector, which is opening up new investment and business opportunities. Importantly, rural communities are benefiting from a small-scale solar and hydro system, bringing power to previously undeserved areas. But there are also challenges. For Germany, the initial cost of transitioning to renewables was high, causing a rise in energy prices for consumers. On top of that, the investment needed for grid upgrades and energy storage are substantial. In Malaysia, our progress is slow by limited R&D and financial support for green technology. Additionally, there are shortage of skilled labor in the renewable energy sector, which make it harder to scale up this effort. Now let's explore the benefits of green energy, environmentally, economically, and socially. Starting with the environmental benefits, green energy sources help reduce air pollution by cutting emission of harmful like CO2, sulfur oxide, and nitrogen oxide. They are also help protect natural ecosystem by avoiding destructive extraction method like coal mining. Importantly, clean energy supports climate goals, including Malaysia's target of net zero carbon emission by 2050. Next, the economic benefits. Once systems are in place, the operating costs are low since sunlight and wind are free resources. The green energy sectors also create a range of new jobs, from installing solar panels to maintaining wind farms and developing innovative technologies. Additionally, it attracts investment in clean energy industries, especially in solar and hydro projects. Finally, the social benefits. Green energy leads to cleaner air, which improves public health and reduces respiratory problems. It also promotes energy independence, cutting our reliance on imported fossil fuels. And perhaps most importantly, it provides energy access to remote and rural areas through off-grid solution, improving quality of life.
To continue with our discussion, I will talk about the challenges and limitations in regards to our topic. Okay, first we are looking through the financial challenges. Building solar panels, wind turbines, and hydropower systems requires a high upfront cost. These technologies require a large upfront investment, which can be especially difficult for smaller developers or community-led projects. In addition, many of these projects still struggling to access funding as it is often limited, and many projects still depends on government subsidies. However, while subsidies help make renewable energy more affordable in the short term, they can also create long-term uncertainty if those policies are to change or removed. Next are the technical challenges. One of the main issues is that solar and wind energy are intermittent. They don't always produce power when it is needed. This means we need efficient energy storage solutions like batteries, but those are still expensive. Another technical issue that we can see is our current power grids were not designed to handle the renewable energy source. Updating the system is complex and involves quite huge funds. And finally, we still lack skilled workers, which slows down the installation progress and maintenance of green energy systems. Okay, finally, we have the policies and social barriers. In many countries, policy implementation is slow and regulation for renewable energy are still unclear, which creates confusion and slows the progress too. There is also public resistance. We can see that some people are still hesitant to support renewable energy because lack of awareness or they fear of higher electricity costs. Plus, large projects also face land conflicts and environmental concerns, especially in rural or ecologically sensitive areas. So while renewable energy has great potential, These challenges need to be addressed carefully to ensure a smooth and sustainable transition. Moving on to the future trends in Malaysia's energy landscape, we are seeing major growth in solar energy, including the expansion of large-scale solar (LSS) projects across the Peninsular Malaysia, and it increased adoption of rooftop solar system by both homes and businesses to generate their own electricity and reduce dependence on the grid. So, under the National Energy Transition Roadmap (NETR), Malaysia has introduced a bold goal of achieving net zero emissions by 2050. A big part of this plan involves increasing the share of renewable energy, particularly through solar power. Another key trend that we can see is the focus on energy storage and efficiency. With solar and wind energy being intermittent, investment in battery storage systems are crucial to ensure a stable power supply. At the same time, the government is encouraging energy-saving practices and efficient appliances across all sectors. To support this shift, Malaysia is also developing smart grid technology and digitalizations. This advanced system will allow for more efficient energy monitoring, while artificial intelligence (AI) and digital tools will help manage real-time supply and demand. Lastly, there is a growing emphasis on electric mobility and green jobs, with more support for electric vehicles and the development of EV charging infrastructure. We will also see new job opportunities in green tech and clean energy technology, engineering, and infrastructure development. So overall, Malaysia is moving in a positive direction, but these efforts must continue to gain momentum if we want to meet our climate and energy goals. To conclude with our discussion, I can say that Malaysia's power system is crucial for national development, but it also brings environmental and economic challenges. Right now, we can see that fossil fuels are still in dominate, but we are seeing a clear shift toward cleaner and more sustainable energy. Green energy not only helps reduce emissions, but it also supports job creation and improve energy security in the long run. So for the transition to succeed, we need strong policies, smart investments, and public support. With all this balanced and forward-thinking approach, Malaysia can build a cleaner and more resilient energy for the future, not just for itself, but also as a model to other countries. Thank you.